I have my fun little drink. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It has been a minute. We are finally back home from tour and we are having a snow day. It is so snowy outside. We got like an inch or two of snow last night, so just enough so you can still get out of the house, but it's cozy. And I have all my Christmas decorations out, which is why we have come together. We are going to talk today about Christmas gifts that you can get the knitter in your life. I compiled this list from a lot of things that I already have, but also some things that are on my list, and I will let you know which is which. Without further ado, let's just get into it. I have my current project here, which is the Northern Augustan sweater, and I can't remember the pattern maker's name, but I will put that up here. But I might knit a little bit on this while I talk about the things that I put on my list. So let's start with those. There's two things I put on my list that I think are a little bit of a splurge, and I was like, you know, they're a lot of money, and I kind of felt a little bad putting that on my Christmas list, but I just did. Maybe I'll get a gift card to go towards them. So the first thing is the Nudge row counter. This is a gold row counter. I usually use my phone for row counting, or I just mark on my notebook. I have heard that this is like the bougiest of bougie row counters, and it literally is like ASMR. Like, it is such good sounds when you click it, and if someone doesn't get it for me, I'm buying it for myself. I've never really bought a row counter, and I'm like, if I'm gonna buy one and not use my phone, I kind of want it to be like just ridiculously bougie. I don't know. It's something that I don't think super necessary, but it's like, oh my gosh, she's got a gold row counter. Who is she? And there's also other row counters that are more cost efficient. There's a Clover brand, and then I also will link a couple other brands too. But I mean, it can be a cost efficient gift for the knitter in your life. It is useful. So there are like, $15 to $20 row counters as well. And I would be happy with that as well. I think that it's just a practical gift and it will be used. I also asked for Addy clicks, a set of Addy clicks for Christmas. I currently have Likes. They're wooden needles, and I got a set of those for my birthday from my husband 2 years ago, I think. I'm not gonna lie, I am not the best at organizing, so I have lost a few of them. All interchangeable sets usually come in a pouch like this. As you can see, I've taken all of them out. If that shows you what kind of person I am. I really like these. There's literally nothing wrong with these. I will still use them when I get the Addies. I just want to try them. I have had some of the Addy sock needles because that's what my local yarn store owner recommended when I was just buying the little tiny, 1-2 millimeter needles that don't come in sets usually. And I just like how they just fly off. Like, you're able to knit so fast. Now, there is some types of yarn that you would not want to use with those, that would slide off too quick. And if you're like more of a beginner, I would definitely go for the wooden needles because they keep your stitches from falling off more than the metal ones. But I definitely want the Addy clicks. I've heard that they don't twist off when you're knitting. Sometimes that happens with the Likes. But I have nothing really bad to say about the Likes either. Like, if you are more of a wooden gal or guy and you want a set of these, I would recommend these or the Knit Picks wooden interchangeables for sure. If you're a metal person, I would go with the Addies. Even though I don't have them, I know they're like a cult favorite. So yeah, I'm definitely asking for those this Christmas. And like I said with the row counter, if I don't get them, then I'm just gonna buy them afterwards because I've been wanting them for a long time. Another thing that I asked for on my Christmas list is barber cord. This is like a way to hold your stitches, like when you This is a good example. When you split off from a yoke for sleeves, I have mine on just a scrap piece of yarn right now. But from what I understand, barber cord is like bendy and it's reusable, and it can be really helpful when you're, holding stitches for, the next section of a project and you don't need them right now. Sometimes when I hold stitches, I put them on like an interchangeable cord, and if there's like a lot of places that you have to hold stitches, it gets kind of monotonous and it's in your way and you're like, which cord do I even use? So I have heard that this is very helpful, and it's also very cost efficient. I think it's like $17.95, so a very good gift, good stocking stuffer. You can't go wrong. Okay, let's talk about knitting kits. I asked for one of these on my Christmas list because I always think that they are a good way to get a project in your hands from a Christmas gift. And it's easier than being like, hey, I want to make this project. Can you get me like 7 skeins of this random yarn from this random place? And they're like, what are you talking about? And it's just a lot. It's a lot to ask, honestly. I think that asking for a knitting kit is just a win-win. One brand that I think beats out the rest of them is Wool and the Gang. I got a knitting kit from them for Christmas last year for a cardigan for my parents, and I was very impressed. It comes in this little bag that I don't have it anymore, but it reminded me of an Olive Garden breadstick bag, which I thought was so funny. It's like this little bag, and then it has all your yarn in it. It comes with your needles, and it comes with a like physical pattern booklet. And it has a place for notes. It has a place, to mark your rows, all that stuff. And I just think it's a super cool way to, give someone something that they can make. The last thing that I put on my Christmas list was stitch markers. I have only ever bought stitch markers from Hobby Lobby, and I have lost them all. Like, this is a recurring theme. I literally lose so many things. I'm so messy with my organization. Like, I wouldn't consider myself a messy person. Like, my house is clean and stuff, but I definitely am just like, let's throw some stuff in this pouch. Let's put some stuff in this tote bag. I have 40,000 different project bags, and things get lost. Things fall out in the car when I'm traveling. It's just life for me. But I need to do better. Specifically the Cocoa Knit stitch markers, they have little gold flowers and colored flowers, and I love them. I've had my eye on them for a while, so that's a very cost-efficient gift for, a knitting enthusiast, and it's definitely something that will be used. Okay, let's talk about things that I have been gifted or I have bought that I think would be really good Christmas present ideas. Starting off with anything Baggu. This is the medium crescent bag from Baggu. This will hold really an entire project, and it is like an endless pit for stuff. They just came out with a bowling bag. I think it looks like the perfect size for a project bag. It will probably hold like 3 or 4 projects. And keeping with the Baggu theme, I have a ton of their little pouches, packing cubes. I have one more, hold on. Actually, I have 2 more. I have this size, and then I also have this size. And I use this one for if I'm going on like a long tour, I will put my spare yarn in this bag. And I think it's like the perfect size. It can also go in your suitcase. You could use it for packing, but I use it for yarn. This size I use for notions, just little things that I need to take with me. I do not carry every single size knitting needle I have and every notion everywhere I go, because that just seems like a tragedy waiting to happen. This one I've not found a use for yet. I definitely think that you could put little stitch markers or knitting needles in this. I probably should downsize to this, but it just seems too small for me. I don't know. It kind of scares me. I'm afraid things will fall out. So it comes in these 3 sizes. I think it's like $30, $40, but it's definitely a really good project bag option. Sticking with project bags, this is my pride and joy. This is the redesigned project bag 10, I think. I got this back in like July, and they're expensive. They are over $200, I think. I'll have to double check that, but well worth it. I take this thing with me everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, this thing is like attached to my hip at this point. It's kind of big for a purse. It kind of looks like a diaper bag or something, but I don't really care. I don't really care what people think. So this thing is not very organized right now, so ignore that, but it opens like this. And you can put this in the dash of your car if you're a little passenger princess. You can put this in the floorboard of your car. It goes under your feet, under the chair at a coffee shop. It is just the best purchase I have ever made in the knitting world. I will say that. I have extra yarn in here. I have my Kindle. I have, it has a little pocket in the middle. I have my little strawberry shortcake lip balm and bracelet that I got with my caboodle that my parents got me. In the middle, I keep some buttons. I have a couple knitting needles in here, some chapstick, some little notions, and that's one storage compartment. You have two other storage compartments on this side, and then on this side, I don't find this very practical, but if you can figure out how to use it, then it is practical. This is like a knitting needle holder. I just think these are too big for most of the size knitting needles that I use, but it's definitely a good thought and it could work. You also have a pouch on the front here. It also has knitting needle holders, and it has a little zipper pocket here and another pocket, which I just found $1. I am rich. And also I have a cable needle in here, but there's so many pockets in here. I could find endless little things that I have hidden. It has two handles and then another strap, so you can carry it in so many different ways. When I tell you I take it everywhere, I take it everywhere. So they make other project bags. There's like 40 of them, I swear. And they're all across the board cost wise. So that one was really expensive. I think there's some more like under $100 ones. They're very good quality and I highly recommend. Next up is a yarn winder. Yarn sometimes comes on, I just think it's so fun to do that. Yarn sometimes comes in what we call hanks, and they have to be spun. They don't come spun. Sometimes your local yarn store will do it. Sometimes when you order, you can get them to do it, but it's even more fun when you can do it yourself. So I literally got this. My husband got it for me for my birthday, and I just respun all of my yarn all afternoon. It's that fun. It clips onto your desk, your table, and you put your yarn in here. You just go to town. It is just, I'm literally getting ready to wind some yarn in just a second. It is so fun. So this is like $30. One of the best gifts you can give. Going along with that same idea, it is a yarn swift. This thing is specifically for hanks. You push it up and you put this on the table, you wrap your hank around it and it spins. And it just feels like you're in the 1800s and you don't have a care in the world. Women didn't work, and it's beautiful. So, highly recommend a yarn swift and a yarn winder. Under probably $80 for the gift, so not horrible. And it can be used over and over again. Okay, another thing that I actually was just gifted for my birthday is a yarn bowl. This one is from Knit Picks. It is so cutie. Just a cutie little item. I put this on the couch and I'm going at it. Like I've got my little bowl for my yarn and I've got my Gilmore Girls on and all is right in the world. This is $20, $30 and it is such a thoughtful gift, I think. It looks good. You can set it on your coffee table. It makes you feel put together. So this is a great gift to get the knitter in your life. That is my list in full, and I hope that gives you some ideas of what to put on your list or what to get someone else. I just think it's fun to talk about these things. I love talking about different notions and yarn, and honestly just the thought of like all these things even existing is just so fun. If you have any knitting gifts that you think should be added to this list, feel free to put them in the comments, because I am sure that everyone watching this could use more ideas too. It was fun for me to put together this list, and I'm going to keep working on my sweater because this has to be done by Christmas. So anyway, I will see you next time, and thanks for watching. Bye!